There's nothing left in the south, so I'm heading north, into the gloom, in the hope that their charity shops are full to the brim of the dead's toot. Hello, I'm in Sheffield today. Lovely. Looking for junk. Nice.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession.
Did he just spit? Disgusting. Now, I'm not travelling around Sheffield alone, so I brought along this guy.
Not on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason.
This is Theo Cane from Slimehouse on YouTube, and while on this adorable tram, we had come to the arrangement that if I were to stop correcting his grammar, then we could stop playing this terrible music. Bring on the jazz. This is the Callum flea. I'm assuming it got its name from the American term of flea market and not for all the fleas that may be inhabiting it. Suddenly, Theo's motives for me visiting him in Sheffield became clear. We're going to go straight past the Funko Pops. Oh look, there's a little Tracy Island down there. I'm pretty sure it's a new one. Not that I ever cared for Thunderbirds, honestly. Too uncanny valley for my liking. But look at this thing, a thing of beauty that is completely defunct, but better still.
That's a proper one of those. Takes a VHS tape, straight VHS. Beautiful.
Tears. Meanwhile,
Probably a 10-foot box.
can't be carrying the whole box.
Why? Because you'll want it.
I'm going to carry that home on a train. Welcome to Sheffield. Oh my god. Mama. Now, as lovely as the Callum flea was, the prices were a little too artisanal for my liking, i.e. expensive. What I'm looking for is junk, and our first charity shop stop is Scope. Straight away, find a bag of wooden blocks. I'm thinking to myself, I have plenty of wooden blocks at home. I need to think about storage for the journey back.
So we want to go in back. All the good stuff.
Ever the criminal. This shop was a bust, and it's going to be a common theme, all these high street charity shops. High street charity shops get rinsed on a daily basis, but wish me luck. Look at that face, already it's not looking good. Did find this bag of plastic shapes, but for £3. They're indistinct plastic shapes, British Heart Foundation. £3? Come on. Next up, St. Luke's, the patron saint of dead people stuff. Now, as far as scratch building junk goes, there wasn't really any of that in this shop, but there was something else that caught my attention. Something that I couldn't resist for £1 or £1 each. And that were these two videotapes. I don't get videotapes in the charity shops down south. Down south, we don't have videotapes anymore.
A scene in Invasion USA.
I had to buy them, even though I don't have a VCR.
Something you see very often.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Our next stop was at the wrong end of the street. It was quite run down. There were a couple of drug users sat outside on the bench.
Do you know that is also repurposed as a hairdryer? That's how I've got it. It's a duck, but they changed it into a duck popper.
But there was a few things in here. There was some good stuff. It had a strange air about the place. But I can overlook that when they've got tiny dollhouse furniture and plates. Also, there was this thing. I can remember nothing after that. And I woke up, undressed, and strangely bathed in this strange room. With this thing looking at me. Turns out there was a carbon monoxide leak in the shop, and the two drug users outside dragged me and Theo back to his studio. Apparently they were big fans of his and they'd been watching him for a while. From afar. And sometimes not that far, i.e. the window. Hello, I'm in Theo's studio, and this looks familiar. This is the best thing you have, Theo. I drew that. What are you doing, Theo? What's this secret project?
I'm getting my Space Marine all ready for printing. Now I'm just determined to get a really nice print first try, which, as you know, is easier said than done, so I'm just really trying to show this right.
I really think I've got my pretending to listen face down. Maybe a bit too bouncy. But I think he was convinced. I did this for a little while, all the while thinking, is he too cheap to buy Games Workshop? And then I was thinking, hold on, none of us can afford Games Workshop. You're always in my shots. Get out of my shot. Get out of my shot, you yob. I'm only joking, come back. Go on. Don't sulk. Oh, he had the right ump. I had to buy him a mask just to cheer him up. And then he was back to his ridiculous self. This big old place is the Red Brick Market, and if I thought the last flea market was artisanal, I was off by a country mile. This place is artisanization at its fullest. My daughter would like that.
Okay, but it's a
vintage
picture.
Games Workshop stuff for you nerds. Are you appeased, nerds?
What?
Do you know what a planchette is? That's what the place is called, Planchette Place.
Pancetta.
A planchette. Do you know what it is?
Pancetta.
It's thinly sliced ham.
Look.
That's not really. Classic planchette pancetta joke there. Next charity shop, also known as Charity Shop, is a weird one. Very strange vibe in this one. Almost as if the shop was bequeathed to a nephew who had to begrudgingly run the place. Everything was coated in a slight film of grease. There was the smell of nestled anus all over. Brah! These are handy for your baking powder. And for some reason there was a printed out copy of Jamie Oliver The Naked Chef 2. It looked like it had been typed up by somebody, or it was the original first draft. Either way, it was strange. I'm pretty sure you can find this book for 10 pence anywhere else. That was our cue to leave. It was at this point that I'd had enough. I said, Theo, look, I want something classy, but I want something cheap. Something classy and cheap. What have you got for me? And would you believe it, he had a place in his back pocket. This lovely little shop called Surstreen Green. I think that's how you pronounce it.
This is a really, really fun shop. I can't wait to show you inside this one. Do you like tea?
Tea?
Yeah, like
No.
fruit tea.
No.
Have a smell.
Get ready. It's insane. It's quite nice.
Am I right or am I right?
It's alright, yeah.
It's fire. I get a different one from my mum every time, and I should get everyone this one.
It's alright. That's you, innit? Ray of sunshine.
Yeah. Grab it, Arnold. Sweet nostalgia. Does it smell like He-Man?
That's our weed. That is. You're right.
Any good?
Yes. And it was good. Unfortunately, we were heading from a shop where you can buy a glass box for £1.14 to a gaming shop where it costs £30 for a single Space Marine. Probably. I feigned some interest in some Warhammer Old World, and then grimaced comically at the price and made sure everybody saw my face. But everybody in there was too afraid to make eye contact, so it went wholly unnoticed. Theo wanted to visit Element Games to get a blue spray paint, probably something to do with his hooky Space Marine scam that he has going on. But he was in his element in Element Games. And then it was time to head back to Theo's, back to Slimehouse HQ. When we got back, his studio was full of poisonous fumes. He was on a printing rampage. Apparently he was printing something for me, but also he wanted to take me back into the house to show me a very special toy he's been wanting me to see for a long time. And I have to admit I was quite excited. He was very keen to show me this thing, but before we could find it he had to look through box after box after box. So I might as well let you know who Theo Cane is, for those of you that don't know. He is another YouTuber. He has a channel called Slimehouse. You can search for that. You'll find him. He makes toys. He's one of the biggest toy collectors in the UK. He's got a bit of a rep, and now he's making his own toys. There's just not enough toys for this boy. He needs to make his own. Anyway, I think he's found it.
30-old monk.
Make for an inadequate, didn't they?
Get the end on it.
Well, that was worth it. That was a good hour and a half, 2 hours of my life there. And on the last day of my visit, what a memory to cherish. Meanwhile, back in the studio, Theo's gift to me had finished printing.
So this is going to be way bigger than it needs to be. But it'll be cool. I mean, it'll be cool for you to have. You don't even really like Space Marines.
That's right, Theo. I don't, but I do like gifts. And I have to say, it's a great model. Thank you very, very much for making it for me. I will get it painted eventually. And if you'd like to see the process of this thing being made, Theo's releasing a video. I think it's gone up now. I think it's out now. Now, before the lawyers get involved, it is an action figure of a Space Marine. It isn't a Space Marine miniature. Link is in the description. While Theo wrapped up my gift, my attention was drawn to this wonderful glowy box in the corner. A lovely CRT TV screen and VCR. It was warm, like a comforting fireplace. I need it. Theo had finished packaging the model, and also there was a few extra packages there that he recommended I shove up my bottom. I didn't ask what was in them. He just said, "Get thee to the south, where some men will meet thee, and do the exchange. That's a good boy." He had hosted me for 5 days. I had to comply. And that was it for my Sheffield visit to Theo and Slimehouse, and I had a lovely time. Thanks for hosting me for 5 days, Theo. It was time for me to get a tram and then a train for the long journey down south back to Kent. And that's where we are now. Never again. Haha, I didn't mean that. I had a wonderful time at Theo's, all the way up there north in Sheffield. It's not even that far north really, it's more sort of Midlandsy way. I'm back now, and I got my bag of stuff. Now I didn't explain this, did I, really? But the whole point of a junk hunt is to find things to scratch build with and things I can use for the other crafting projects, the bulk of this channel. So there you go, there's an explanation just in time. When I got this home, which wasn't actually just then, that was all for show, that was part of the show. Oh, by the way, the patrons are going to appear either side of me as I do this bit. A big welcome to the brand new patrons, Pahuta and Carl Black. Yeah. I looked through the bag of stuff I got from Sheffield, and it wasn't very much, and there's a good reason for it. It's because the charity shops we visited in Sheffield were all on a busy high street, and the high street charity shops aren't very good. They get absolutely plundered, and there's nothing much there left. I mean, there's the stuff that people don't want, even stuff that me, who's looking for junk, I can't even use that stuff. So I did, when I got off the train, I did spot my favourite shop, the Range, and I quickly went in there and grabbed some things just to sort of bolster it, make this bounty look more impressive. Here's a video of that happening. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm about to show you all the bits I got, and hopefully you'll see these bits crop up in a later video when I actually build something. I enjoy these junk hunts. If you do, please let me know. If you enjoy the channel, there's all the usual stuff. There's Patreon. You can like and subscribe, all that stuff. Here's the stuff I found.